Good morning, it's Wednesday and I'm looking so glamorous. I've just got up, I'm off work today, which is great, and I am going to get my nails done soon, which is also great because they are looking really grim. So yeah, it is just gone 8 o'clock. I need to go get washed, etc., sort myself out. Martin's just getting up, he's off today as well, but I didn't get a chance to open this yesterday, which is my parcel from Rainbow Fabrics. Basically, my husband wanted me to make him some joggers, black of course, and I discovered that Rainbow Fabrics had some loop back French terry, which is like a charcoal black, I think. Oh, it's nice. So I ordered it from them. This is it here. That's going to be perfect. So I can get that in the wash and I can make him some joggers out of that. Probably going to do the Wardrobe by Me ones. And then I also couldn't resist getting this, which is the sort of mohair coating. It's not actually the colour I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be pinker than this, but it is more a salmon colour and it's like a fluffy coating. So I'm going to make myself a jacket with that, winter jacket of some sort. I got 3 meters, so that's good. So I'll put those away. I totally appreciate I haven't shown you what I got from First of Fabrics when I was at Sotoon at the weekend, last weekend, so I'll do that later. But for now I need to get ready. Right, I'm back. Had my nails done. So I love this colour. It's really nice. It's like a, I don't know, a sort of deep pink-ish nudie colour. I don't know. Anyway, it's nice. It's really nice for this time of year. So happy to have had those refreshed, which is lovely. So I thought I would just quickly come on and show you what I got from First for Fabrics at the weekend. I've just made myself a cup of coffee. Martin must be out with Piper because he's not here. And I was supposed to be going to visit my sister today because it's her birthday next week. That's her messaging me now, actually. And yeah, I wanted to take her gifts round for her birthday and for my great niece as well, because it's her birthday on Friday. However, she had COVID last week, my sister, and she's just told me this morning that her husband, my brother-in-law, has now got COVID. And you know, I had COVID when we were on holiday at the beginning of September, and then I was ill again a couple of weeks ago, and I've only just got myself right. So I've sort of said, look, I'm really sorry, but I just don't want to come when you've got the dreaded COVID in your house at the minute, because obviously I can't risk getting ill again, especially with us going on holiday in a few weeks. So yeah, that's put to bed for today. So I think I'm going to go for a run. The rain seems to have stopped. It's just been awful overnight, and yeah, it seems to have stopped at the moment, but it's really wet and damp out. But I think I'm going to go for a run and I'm going to do some sewing. I want to get the top finished that I am sewing up for the Jenny Stitches blog that I was doing at Sotoon. Just need to hem that and then that's done. And then I think I am going to make a start on the joggers for my husband and get them out of the way. I really don't want to sew for anybody else but me. That's really bad, isn't it? But yeah, it's a chore. I feel like it's a chore, but I know he needs them, and I've just got the fabric that's just come through, so I'm going to get that done, I think. Anyway, let me show you what I got from Sotoon. First for Fabrics even. So they had some amazing Halloween jerseys in, which was brilliant because a lot of the Halloween fabrics that I've seen generally tend to be craft cottons, which I don't really sew with. So it was lovely to see some dressmaking fabrics. They'd got some lovely little jerseys, and I've got a metre of it to make Layla a pair of Halloween pyjamas. So this is the one here. They did have a pyjama top made up on the little child mannequin just as you walk in, which was so cute, and this fabric was on there. They did have 2 or 3 other different Halloween cotton jerseys as well, but I thought this would be the most appropriate for Layla. So I've chosen some orange ribbing to pick up the orange from the pumpkins. I thought that looked really nice rather than just going with white. So I've got a metre of that to make her a set of PJs. So I'm going to make that as a priority because obviously Halloween is at the end of the month, and I think I'm planning to go and see Bronte and spend the day with her and Layla next week on the Thursday, so a week tomorrow. So I can take them down for her then. So that would be really nice to get those done. So that's those. I also picked up a remnant of this beautiful sort of dusky pink needle cord, baby cord even. So this is an 80 centimetre remnant. So I thought there might be just enough here to make a little pinafore overdress type thing. What I'm thinking is just a straightforward sleeveless bodice with a gathered skirt that she can put over a little top. I thought that would be nice for Layla, so I picked up that. I got 3 meters of this beautiful knitted jerseys. They've had this in before, but I think it's a different supplier this time. So this is a little bit more, I don't know whether she said heavyweight or lighter weight, I can't remember, but it's a good medium weight knitted jersey. They've got it in a few colours. It is so beautifully soft. Bring it close so you can see it. So I bought the black colourway because obviously it's black. It's very soft on the wrong side as well. That's the right side and that's the wrong side. And I just want to make a long sleeved Nico dress out of this to wear with tights and boots for winter because I will wear it all the time. Yeah, so that's what that is for. It's got really good stretch and recovery. And I did manage to pick up some lining for my Danny jacket. So I got this one. I thought that was just really nice. I got 1.5 meters of it. So I've got enough now to do the full lining, and the colour works really well. Let me just grab the fabric again to show you how it works well with it. Just 2 secs. So this is the fabric I've got for the Danny jacket, and yeah, I think that's going to work really well. I know it's got a pattern on it, but I actually like that, and I think it's going to be fine. I think it just adds a little bit of interest, but it's not a really obvious pattern, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think they're going to look really good together. So pleased I got that. And then I mentioned in last week's vlog that I want to make the slate skirt by Closet Core Crew. And I showed you the tweed, but I also had in the back of my mind that I wanted to make a black one as well. Excuse me. But looking through my black fabrics, I didn't have any suitable black fabric in my stash for that. So I saw that they'd got these gorgeous brushed cotton twills in, and they had a black one, which is going to be perfect. So I've got this meter here of brushed black cotton twill, and I picked up a purple lining for it, this purple stripe lining, which was £5 a metre. It's just going to be gorgeous. So yeah, because the thing is, when you're wearing these brushed fabrics against tights, they tend to sort of stick, don't they, and ride. So obviously I'm going to line it. So I thought that would look really nice. And then they also had this colour. They'd got a couple of, well, a few colourways of this fabric, but they had this beautiful teal. And so I had to get 1 metre of that to make a teal one as well. And I got the teal stripe lining, which is the same as the black one. No, the purple one, to work with that. So I'm going to make a couple of those slate skirts, I think. And then I saw this jersey. Now, I wasn't sure if I'd already bought this previously, but I knew they didn't have much of it left. And so I FaceTimed Martin while I was there and said, can you just look along amongst my children's jerseys that I've got in my sewing room and show me if I've got this fabric? So he had a look and he was like, no, definitely not. And still in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm sure I've bought this before, but I better just get myself another metre. So it's this one, which is the polar bears. It's just gorgeous to make some Christmas Eve pyjamas for Layla. So I got myself 1 metre of that and then got home and promptly found it. So now I've got 2 meters of it. Anyway, men, you just can't trust them to do things right, can you? Anyway, that's that. So I'll now be able to make her another pair probably next year when she's a bit bigger. And then the last one I got, I'm just waving to Martin because he's just got back. The last fabric I got was a last minute decision, if I'm honest, because they've got these quilted cords in, which I've seen actually a few different sellers have got these in now, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So you've got like a baby cord quilted on one side, you can see the sort of quilting there, and then on the inside it is obviously a sort of lining fabric. And I mean, this is like, it's really thick and takes up a lot of space, shall we just say. But I want to make a long gilet that I can wear for dog walks, things like that. And there is a pattern that Tamlin showed me that she's really interested in, the I Am Patterns, can't remember the name of it, Marge is it? I think I'll put a picture of it in anyway, and it's really, really lovely. So I'm gonna go with that one, I think. So I got 3 meters of this, or was it 2.5? 3? No, I think I got 3. It's $15.95 a meter, but I got 3 meters of it with the plan to make that. And I want to get that done soon because this takes up so much space. It needs to be made up and out of my sewing room. I've just said goodbye to my son because he's just gone to sit his driving theory test, and he is really nervous, bless him, but he's been doing loads of revision this week, and I am keeping everything crossed that he passes. I've been for a run and had my shower, done my hair, and finished the top, the Reynolds top that I was making for my Jenny Stitches blog. So that is done. So I've just seen them off, and yeah, I am going to film a vlog now. I'm going to film a, oh, Piper's mooching. Hello, Piper. Yes, I'm going to film a cozy loungewear vlog. I thought that might be seasonally appropriate for the time of year. So I'm going to do that now, and then I think I am going to cut out Martin's joggers. I need to find the pattern first. It's a Wardrobe by Me jogger pattern, I'm sure, that I bought ages and ages ago. And yeah, I probably need to dig that out. I'm not sure if actually I'd already cut the pattern out for his size. I can't remember. So I need to do that. But yeah, been for a run and I got absolutely drenched because the heavens opened while I was out there. I did have my coat on, but you know, there's only so much waterproofing that coats have, isn't there? So anyway, it's fine. It's only water. And yeah, I've done my destash as well. I destashed a load more fabrics this morning, and most of those have sold, which is really good. So I will need to then sort of have a look and see what's going to be next, because there's still some bits that I want to destash. What are you mooching about at? Honestly, this dog, he's had a walk already, but his dad's just left, so he's a bit lost, aren't you? Good morning. Happy Wednesday. No, it's not Wednesday, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. We have Thursday. The husband with us. We're out walking the dog.
Thanks.
What? The husband. Yes. We're out walking the dog. It's Thursday morning, and it is a bit of a nip in the air today, definitely, but it's a better day than yesterday. I think we were getting the tail end of this apocalyptic hurricane that's affecting our friends over in Florida. Bless them, hope they're okay. But yeah, yesterday was horrid here, but it's nice today. Sun is shining, but there is definitely a nip in the air. Oh, what was it?
Squirrel.
A squirrel.
The dog completely missed.
Yeah. Our hunting dog that doesn't hunt. Anyway. Yeah, so we've come out to walk Piper. I'm not working today again, which is lovely. This is the new me that's actually having days off instead of working all the time, which is quite nice. So I've just finished off the remainder of my destash parcels, parcelled those up to go out today, which is great because I've still got the ones from last weekend that I've needed to get done as well. It's just been one of those weeks this week, but anyway, everything is parcelled up and will be collected today from the postman. I did something a little bit different with my destash this time, because sometimes when you've got plain fabrics and you're just uploading a photo, it's very difficult as a customer, and I include myself in that, to actually really sort of see what the fabric's like. So yesterday what I did was I did like a little Instagram story of them all first and put that up on my stories and then listed them all, and every single one has sold, so, which is amazing. So I think that was really helpful, particularly, as I say, for the plain fabrics that are much more difficult to, you know, get the look and feel of them, aren't they? So yeah. And I just wanted to answer a couple of questions that I've had comments on. I'm not sure if it was last week's vlog. Yeah, somebody mentioned about, they noticed that I didn't use a tape measure when I'm putting my pattern pieces on my fabric to check how far away from, well, to check that the grain line is correct, basically, against the selvage. And no, I don't use a tape measure. I do it by eye. I always have, and it's never let me down. So I'm also not that particular, shall we say. I think, you know, let's be honest, if I was doing this for a business, as in making clothes for other people, like occasion wear or weddings or things like that, then yeah, I would absolutely be taking a lot more precise work. But these are just clothes for me, and I think, you know, it's the same with seam allowances. I go by eye a lot of the time when I'm hemming and turning up and things like that. I don't use a little measuring gauge most of the, sometimes I do, it just depends what I'm doing, but generally I'll do it all by eye because that's good enough for me, and it's not let me down so far. So yeah, so today I think Martin's, you're on a late shift, aren't you?
I am, my love.
Yes, Martin's on a late shift today, so he'll be going to work at lunchtime, and then I've got the rest of the day to just please myself, basically, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So where's the dog? Oh, he's there. Anyway, enough of that. We'll
Pointing.
is he pointing?
He's pointing.
Okay, we'll carry on our little walk and I'll see you back at home later.
Yep.
I've just come back on actually because I realised that the last bit I filmed yesterday, ooh, this is Piper running back, was when we were chatting about Isaac out doing his driving theory test, and I've not told you the results. So anyway, he's passed, which is fantastic. It's the first time he's sat it, and I'm real chuffed for him, really proud of him, because he's obviously been working these last few months and he's paid for the test himself, and I think because of that he's sort of understood the value of how you have to work to earn the money to pay for these things, and what it means if, you know, if it had failed and then had to pay to sit it again, that kind of thing. So I think because of that he put a lot of effort into studying for it. He did so many practice tests at home. I think he said he worked out he'd spent about 10 hours altogether just doing test after test after test, practice runs. So yeah, I'm real proud of him. So anyway, he's passed that, which is his first part, and he just needs to sit his practical now, but he needs a bit more driving experience first. So I think I might get him out this afternoon. And oh blimey, it's cold. I'm freezing. My nose is running, my eyes are running. Get me back home. Pardon?
My knees are all in bed.
Yeah, something like that.
He's fading, my hearing's going, my knees are all in bed.
Right. Give you the view, look. Home from dog walk. Oh my god, my hands are not working. I really should have probably dressed more appropriately. Can you see my pinky fingertips? Anyway, I'm going to put the kettle on and make a coffee. Martin has just nipped to our local deli to get me a bacon sandwich because they do the most amazing food, and unfortunately they're only open Thursday to Saturday. I'm saying unfortunately, it's probably a good thing because they do amazing cakes as well, but they are massive portions and I can't help myself. So yeah, anyway, they do gorgeous bacon sandwiches, and along with lots of other sandwiches as well, to be fair. So I've sent him for that, and yeah, I'm going to put the kettle on, get a coffee, and then I'm going to do a little bit of work. When I say work, it's not work as in healthcare work, it's work as in work on my little side hustle, I guess, which is my channel and other bits and pieces, because I've got a few things in the pipeline which I now have time to sort of dedicate to and work on. So I'm going to do a bit of that, and I want to get a bit of sewing done as well. He's just asked me where his joggers are. They're still in flat fabric form at the minute, and so I need to find that pattern out. And I've just seen Fabric Godmother do a little reel. Is it a reel? Yeah, I think it's a reel about their new fabrics. And Josie was wearing this amazing Emma blouse by Atelier Jupe in the Maggie fabric that they've just done on a viscose Lurex base, which I'm going to have to go buy because it's beautiful. Anyway, enough of that. So I've just had a delivery of a couple of ready to wear tops. I know, ready to wear. And the reason for that is because I have been looking for ages for some lightweight rib knit fabric so that I can make myself some very simple polar neck jumpers, rib knit, roll neck, rib neck, funnel neck thing anyway. And I cannot find anything anywhere. And I would have expected all our usual go-to fabric shops would have had this stuff in now, and all the rib knits I've seen have just been much heavier weight, and I want something lightweight that I can wear like under a pinafore or under a gilet, that type of thing, and I've just not been able to find any. So I've just bit the bullet and I've bought some. So I've got a couple from Next. This is the kind of thing I mean, you know, where it's like this lightweight rib knit but not heavyweight, because I don't want this to be a big jumper. I just want it to be, you know, something I can wear under a cardi or whatever as a layering piece. So I've got one in ecru and also in black as well, which I'm going to try on a bit later and make sure they fit, because I want to make the Danny pinafore by Seamwork. I printed that out again yesterday. When I say again, it's because I made it years ago. I can't even remember if I told you this yesterday, so apologies if I've already filmed this and you listening to me ramble on about this rubbish again. But anyway, I did make it years ago and it wasn't that successful. I think the reason for that was because I went down too much of a size, so it was a bit of a struggle to get on and off, because there are no fastenings on this pattern and it is a bit nipped in at the waist, but because of that you need room in it to be able to get it on and off. And I think it was a bit of a struggle. I went down too far a size because I went by my finished measurements, which is fine to take that into consideration, but you also have to think about how you're going to get in and out of these things. So I think as well it was a little bit on the short side from what I remember, so I'll need to bear that in mind. Anyway, I am going to get the Ace denim, the leopard print denim that's a bit viral at the minute, isn't it? That's Fabric Godmother have got, to make that with. So I might just do a quick toile. I've printed out the size 8, which is based on my body measurements, and there's plenty of ease in that. So I think I just want to get the length right. So I might just make up a quick outer toile from some calico and see how that works. The Ace denim, originally I wanted to make the, what skirt was it? Something like the Xanthi skirt by Sew Over It, but it has no stretch in it, that denim, and I think, in my opinion, that when you're making a fairly fitted silhouette, you want stretch, because if you don't, first it makes fitting a bit harder, but secondly, the wearability I think is not great, because when you sit down, it's uncomfortable and it tends to sit proud of your body rather than hugging you, and that's the bit we like with the elastane, isn't it? So Lycra invention was a wonderful thing. So yeah, so I don't think it's going to work for that kind of pattern, which is why I thought the Danny pinafore is going to work quite well for that. So yeah, I'm going to get that, I think. And yeah, right, I'm going to get the kettle on so that when he comes back with my bacon butty, I can have that and then get to work. So I've had a lovely afternoon. That's Piper going mad because I've just put his tea out. So I've had a lovely afternoon sewing. I have almost got the Marnie finished. I am just totally inspired to get these whips done. it's just brilliant. So I don't know why it's taken me so long, but anyway. So I am just finishing tea because Martin, bless him, has put together like a smoky chicken and butter bean stew for me in the slow cooker with peppers and like a smoky tomato sauce with smoked paprika in. It smells divine. So it's been on all day and I've just got to put the butter beans in now, which are here, and then give them another hour or so and then that will be ready. Looks really nice. We'll just give that a stir and just put the lid of the slow cooker back on. Then we're done. I'll just show you it. Can you see? Look at that. Looks delicious. So I am getting serious FOMO because it's the first day of the knitting and stitching show. And Ruan's there with her friend Claudia. And yeah, I'm seeing a few pictures and things of people down there on social media, and I'm very jealous because I'm not there. I'm up here. Yeah, Ruana's gone down today. She went down really early this morning and is coming back on the train tonight. I don't know how she does it. I haven't got the energy to do London and the knitting and stitching show all in one day and then have to go to work again the next day. I haven't got the energy for that. I'm too old now. So I'm not going this year. Well, not to the London one anyway. I'm hoping to go to the one at Harrogate with Tamlin. We shall see. I just need to sort out work because trying to organise my work life in November is proving somewhat awkward. So I've got one sleeve in anyway. One sleeve. Look at all those gorgeous tucks. They're looking really good, aren't they? I decided to put the ruffle on the neckline as well, but the thing is, the actual neckband that goes on the inside is really narrow and I could not get it to cover the raw edges, even though I trimmed the seam down. So I've just overlocked it and stitched it down that way so that it gets rid of the raw seam, and that will have to do. But I've just got this sleeve to put in. One sleeve is in, the other sleeve needs to go in, and then the sleeve raw edges need finishing on my overlocker, and then I just have to hem it and it's finished, which is amazing. And then I think after that I'm going to make a start on the Archer because I'd really like to get on with that because it's been so long. As I say, it's been years since I actually made the Archer and I'm excited to make it again. I do quite like making shirts. I never used to enjoy it because I think when I'm making something, I like to be able to visualize what I'm doing, if that makes sense. So, you know, the step that you're doing, I like to be able to visualize what it's going to be like when it's completed. And initially when I used to make collars, do collars and collar stands, I could not figure out how it was coming together and what it was supposed to look like. And I used to find that really confusing. So yeah, that was challenging. But then I guess that is why collars are challenging, isn't it? But now, obviously, as I've got more experience and done a lot more, I sort of get it, and I can put them together now with relative ease. And yeah, so I'm just gathering up the sleeve head here and pinning it around the armscye. It has remained very cold today, actually, but it's been a lovely day outside, even though I've not been out much. And I've just been watching a bit of Emma Kenny. For those of you that are not in the UK, Emma Kenny is a UK psychologist and she does true crime. She's got a true crime channel and I really love it. Although some of the cases that she covers are really harrowing, but I do like listening to her. Right, I'm going to get this sleeve stitched in and then we're nearly done. Good morning, it's Friday and I'm all ready for work. So it's about 7:30. I'll be setting off in about 10 minutes to work. I'm getting full of cold again and yeah, I just don't know what is going on. So I've been a bit of a sore throat overnight and yeah, a bit congested again this morning. Oh, honestly, I feel okay myself though. So fingers crossed that stays like that. So I had a lovely late afternoon and evening sewing yesterday. Martin was on a late shift, so he didn't get home well about 9:15. And in some ways I love that because it means that, you know, especially because the slow cooker was on as well, didn't have to think about cooking tea, and it meant I could just continue to sew. And I don't normally do that. If Martin's home in an evening, I don't tend to come into the sewing room. I tend to knit in front of the TV or whatever. But yeah, last night I just carried on sewing. So I got the Marnie finished, as you know, which was amazing. And I made a start on the spring dress. I've had to throw it away and I feel really bad about it, but so the spring dress, I started sewing it, and basically you have the front, which is in 2 pieces, and you sew them together because it creates like a V, and then the back is in 1 piece. And I got my front piece, but it was still cut on the fold, and I thought that's a bit weird, so I cut it in half and then sewed it all together, put the darts in, although they weren't marked properly. Okay, fine. Then I got the back pieces and they were cut in 2, and the back pieces said the back pattern piece said cut on the fold. Then I realized what I'd done, because the dart leg jog bit at the side seams was on what I thought was the back pattern piece. So I've obviously got them mixed up, and I just thought, why didn't I just check that? Because I'd got all my pieces out, but yeah, the pattern pieces had got transposed on the fabric, so the back was on the front pattern pieces and vice versa. And yeah, I'd already cut and sewn the front piece, which was actually the back piece. So I thought, this is just not going to work, and I don't have any more of that fabric anywhere. Because obviously I'd cut that pattern out a couple of years ago. So I've just thrown it away because I can't salvage it. And yeah, it's disappointing because I hate wasting fabric like that. But fortunately it wasn't an expensive viscose, and it's not like I don't have anything else in my stash, let's face it. Anyway, so I moved on quickly from that and thought I'm going to make a start on the Archer. So I have got most of it sewn up. Let me grab it and I'll show you. So it's actually over my Marnie because my Marnie's under there, look. But yeah, the Archer is mostly done. I have I put the collar on before. That was the last thing I did last night. So I've got the buttons and buttonholes to do on the front button band, and I have the cuffs to do as well. So the placket is done. The sort of little continuous lap is done, and I have the cuffs here all ready to go, so I can get those hopefully done this evening, although I am going to see my sister this evening. Well, when I say go see my sister, I'm literally just dropping off her presents and then coming back, but it is quite a way. It's a good 25-minute each way to get to hers. And yeah, but hopefully I might get the cuffs done this evening, and then it just needs buttons, buttonholes and hemming. So it is oversized, definitely. I look at lots of other Archers on people and they all look really not fitted, but not massively oversized. And this is, again, really oversized. It's a size 8, which is a US 8, so that's like a UK 12. But I know the numbers don't really mean anything, but yeah, how this fits on me compared to how I've looked at how it fits on others. You know, when I look at Lauren Guthrie's, for instance, and I know L'Oreal's just made one as well, which is beautiful, and they're all fairly fitted. So I mean, I did want this as an oversized one anyway, because I want to wear it open over a t-shirt. But I think I am going to go down probably at least 2 sizes for my next one, which feels really weird. The test square is right, so I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. I'm really happy with it, and I can't believe I've just had this cut out for so long. So once I get this done, that actually means I've got no whips apart from the 2 that are cut out that are the summer makes that I'm going to stash away till spring. I do have a couple of Jackson tees cut out as well, but I haven't, I mean, they're just quick makes, are they, to sew them up on my overlocker. They won't take long. But yeah, I haven't got anything else in progress, which is quite cathartic actually. So I'm quite pleased about that. I'm a bit gutted about the spring dress. I may have to cut one out actually. But thinking about it, I don't know how I feel about the flounce around the, because it has like a straightish sleeve to the elbow and then it has a flounce. I don't know how I feel about that look now. So what I might do actually is I might change the sleeve and make it more of a, still keep it the same, well, just below elbow, but make it sort of a voluminous sleeve that comes into a little cuff below the elbow. I might do that instead because that's more me, I think. But yeah, I might actually recut that out of some different fabric and make one up for spring and summer. No, autumn and winter. And what did you think to the Northern Lights last night? Oh my word, it was just incredible. We are in a little village group, Facebook group thing, this messenger group. And Martin just suddenly announced last night while I was knitting that a few people had posted that they'd taken photos of sort of where we are and in our village. So we quickly ran outside and yeah, you could see him. We got a right light show. It wasn't very clear to the naked eye, but when you looked at it through your phone, it was just unbelievably beautiful. So yeah, we got a lot of snaps. So you will have already seen the ones that we managed to take, but this was all over the UK last night, right, even down south, which was just an incredible light show. So privileged to be able to see that because it's been one of my bucket list things. Yeah, beautiful. Right, I better finish my coffee and get off to work. See you later. Morning. It is Saturday and it is, I don't know what time it is because I'm filming you on my phone and obviously I can't see the time. So I think it's about 9:15. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. Back to early mornings because I was so bunged up I couldn't breathe. So I had to get up and unblock my nose with my Sudafed decongestant. Oh, the glamour. And yeah, ended up just cuddled up under a blanket on the sofa for a couple of hours. Martin's got up now and gone off to work, so he's at work for the day. I'm at work today as well, but I'm working from 12 till 8, just in out of hours doing telephone triage. So I'll be heading off to work a bit later, but I've just had a shower. I was going to go for a run, but the weather's really grim and it's been raining on and off. It's cold, and to be honest, with me being a bit congested again, I just thought, you know, I'm going to work later. I'm probably better off avoiding it today. And yeah, so I've not gone to work. So I've had my shower. I am wearing some me made today. I've got my Dawn jeans on. I've actually just put them on because my weight's fluctuating a little bit at the minute because I've not been able to get myself back into it since I got back from Cornwall at the beginning of September. And I'm just up and down a bit all over the place, to be honest. So I thought I'll try my Dawn jeans on because they're a good indicator of where I'm at size-wise, if that makes sense. And I can get them on fine. So I did jump on the scales last week. I don't want to really talk about this because I know it can be really triggering for people, but I did jump on the scales last week and I've not gained anything from when I got back off holiday, which was a bit of a surprise, if I'm honest. So that's okay. But yeah, I've not had a great week diet-wise, as in not dieting, just my diet, my normal everyday diet has not been great this week. So I need to really sort that out, if I'm honest, and get back to healthy eating and healthy snacks, if I have snacks. Anyway, enough of that. So I am wearing my Dawn jeans, but I probably won't wear this to go to work. I put my new jumper on, my rib knit that I got from Next, my black one, and then just like a little ready to wear vest over the top, which looks a bit rubbish, if I'm honest, and especially because my Dawn jeans are red, but I'm only in the house at the minute, so that's fine. And I thought I would do a little bit more on my shirt. I have just put the tucks in the sleeves and attached the cuffs, so I'm just at the point where I need to fold those over and press them and then top stitch them down, and then it's just going to be buttons, buttonholes and hem, and it's done, which is amazing. And then I think what else I'm going to do this morning, once I've get that bit done, I haven't actually chosen any buttons yet, so I need to look at that. But I think what I'm going to do then is I am going to pull out some fabrics from the top cupboard in Layla's room, because we need to create some space in there to put Martin's tanks and things so they can be stored away, because at the minute they're stored under the desk in that bedroom, which is fine while she's still in a travel cot, but once she goes into a bed, which I don't think is going to be long, to be honest. I mean, she's 18 months now and she's walking, and she started climbing a little bit in her travel cot, so I think Bronte's really keen to be getting her into a bed soon. So obviously when she's in a bed, she's going to be able to get out of the bed and potter around in that room, and I don't want her obviously getting access to any of those things of Martin. So I need to create some room in that top cupboard, and at the minute it's jam-packed full of fabric. The majority of stuff in there is either coating fabrics or jerseys, so I'm going to have to sort through them and decide what I'm keeping and what I'm destashing. Yeah, so that's going to be fun. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of that today as well. We did go to my sister's last night, but we just met them literally on the drive in the fresh air, and handed over the gifts, etc. So that's been done. Yeah, and that's where we're at. So I'm going to get on, get this finished, and then I will pull out some of those fabrics and see what I want to keep and what I want to destash. Good morning. Got hair in my mouth. That's a good way to start the day, isn't it? It's Sunday and I look slightly better than I looked yesterday. I'm still very snotty, but fortunately I don't feel unwell, so I think this is just a simple cold. But anyway, how are you all? I am about to go to work again. I know I'm wearing exactly what I wore yesterday, but you know what? I'm going to be honest now. I'm not one of these people that wears a completely different set of clothes every day, because, you know, as an adult with adult children, I don't tend to sort of throw food down me every day. And I think, you know, we don't really need to be washing our clothes every single day, do we? I think we can get more than one day's wear out of our clothes. So I've got on exactly what I had on yesterday, just ready to wear today. If I'm honest, I've got my jeans on, not my Dawn jeans that I had on yesterday. I did change those to go to work in. And I've got my ready to wear sweater with a little vest over the top, which is also ready to wear. So yeah, I am cozy and warm, which is very much needed because it's quite cool here at the minute. We love talking about the weather, don't we? In the UK, it is a national pastime. And yeah, it's actually a bit of a nicer day than yesterday. It was horrific yesterday. It was just awful. But today it is lovely so far, although I think it's probably going to change later because we've had red sky this morning, which always means, you know, disastrous weather later on in the day. But anyway, enough about the weather. So I'm heading off to work soon. I am at work till 3 today. Martin is on a long day today, so he's at work till 9 o'clock tonight. He went about 10 minutes ago. I've got about half an hour, so I'm going to try and get a bit of editing done of this vlog. But when I got back last night, I did order some fabric early this week, and I know some of you are... I've had a couple of comments and most of you are so supportive, so I just want to say that straight away because it far outweighs the negativity. But I do occasionally get some comments, and I think I had one a while ago from somebody who said that she doesn't understand why, and she says, I'm not alone in this, which I clearly know that I'm not, but she says, I don't understand why some people in the community buy fabrics and then destash them at a cheaper price and then buy more. Why? Just why? It doesn't make any sense. And I get that. I get it. But I'm not buying fabrics to destash them. I buy them because I like them. And then when they don't get made up for a long, long time and my taste changes, then yeah, I am going to destash. And to be honest, the destash that's happened over the last year, as most of you know, has been because I've needed the space. I've needed to create the bedroom upstairs back into a bedroom for my granddaughter. And that in turn has led me to just sorting this place out as well and needing to create a room. So it's been a bit of a job and a bit of a process. And yeah, I will still continue to destash some fabrics and I'll continue to buy because I like fabric and I like sewing and I like the newness, and I also like supporting our indie businesses because, to be honest, I don't spend my money on anything else apart from the usual bills, and we all need a little bit of happiness in our lives, don't we? And a little bit of joy, and yeah, that is what I spend my money on. So I did purchase some fabrics from Sarah at Simple Life Fabrics early this week. I'm sure lots of you have seen the new Nerida Hansen collection that's come out, and I mean, her fabrics, to be honest, I'm a bit Marmite with them personally, in the fact that I like some of them, and some of them I like them enough that I would wear them as a made-up garment. Some of them I like them as a fabric but would never wear them. And I think, I don't know about anybody else. Now, this is going to be a bit of a controversial thing, which I'm known for on Alex, let's face it. But I'm starting to see, and I think this has come from the destash and looking at fabrics differently and all that kind of thing. But I'm starting to see not a big change, but a gradual shift into more outlandish dressmaking fabrics. And that's fine. But it feels like there's lots of fabric, there's lots of businesses that are either producing or selling or, sourcing fabrics that are the most outrageous designs and outrageous prints and outrageous colour combinations and things like that for dressmaking. And I'm not for a minute saying that people can't wear what they want, and there's clearly a market for it, but I think I'm starting to see some of it as really garish for my personal taste. And although I'm drawn to them as prints and think, wow, that is amazing and fabulous, I'm not drawn to then wanting to sew those prints up and wear them, if that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, in the UK, if we look at sort of the ready-to-wear not just the ready-to-wear market, but generally on the whole, the population wears ready-to-wear clothes. And then you look at the dressmaking contingent and it is so far apart, it's untrue, because the fashions and trends that tend to happen in the UK are very pared down. People don't dress outlandishly on the whole, or wear the really strong prints and things. And yeah, I think when I came into dressmaking, I didn't do it from I want to stand out. I did it from a position of, I want to be able to make clothes that fit me, because I'm sick of trying to buy clothes that don't fit me properly for various reasons. And I still don't want to stand out, and that's the thing. And I think it's getting more difficult finding nice fabrics, I'm going to be honest, for me personally, that I don't feel, for my personal taste, are really garish and in your face. Because that's not my personal taste and personal style. I do like print and I do like colour to a degree. yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird one, isn't it? So, you know, and I think, I mean, I'm going to put a picture in here of Susie from the Sewing Bee. She's just made this incredible, incredible dress. I mean, look at that picture. It's like something out of a glossy mag, isn't it? She just looks amazing. And she self-drafted this. And it's one of the new Fabric Godmother satins, Visco satins, I think. And I love this print so much. And I was so tempted to buy it. But it's a really big scale. And it would need to be made up in something like Susie's wearing. And if I made that and put it on, I'd just look an idiot. I'm going to be honest. I would probably wear it to something like the Knitting and Stitching show, and then it would go in my wardrobe and never get worn again. And that's a waste, isn't it? I think. So, you know, when I look at my life and my lifestyle, I need to be buying fabrics and making them into garments that I'm going to get my wear out of. Because otherwise I end up going to work in out of hours like I'm doing today and just wearing head to toe ready to wear. Food for thought. Anyway, let's get back to what I was going to show you, because I'm not going to get any editing time now because I've been waffling at you for 8 minutes about all this kind of stuff that's whizzing around my head. Anyway, I have bought some fabrics from Simple Life Fabrics because I think I started this conversation by talking about the new Nerida Hansen range, and I am a little bit on the fence about Nerida Hansen as a creator and designer and business. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that. I would just encourage you to go and read some of the issues around it on social media, because there's lots out there. I'm not going to give you pointers of where it is, but you know, just go and have a look, because there have been a lot of people that have been really let down. And yeah, so I'm a bit on the fence with it, I guess, but by the same token, I want to support businesses that are trying to make a living and sell fabrics. So I have supported Sarah at Simple Life Fabrics, and I've bought a couple of fabrics from her. And the first one I've got is this one. And I've got them from Sarah because, I'm going to be honest, Sarah sells the Nerida Hansen fabrics cheaper than anybody else. And, you know, I'm going to support her for that. So I've got this one, which is a cotton jersey. I think it's cotton jersey. Yeah, cotton jersey. I think I've got 1.5 meters, and I just want to make a top out of it. Long sleeve top. So I generally can't get a long sleeve jersey top out of 1 meter for myself, because I have to lengthen it. I have to lengthen both the arms and the body, so it always goes just above 1 meter for me. So I've needed to get 1.5 meters. So, but there'll probably be a little bit left over that I can make a pair of leggings for Layla or something. So she's got this in a green colourway as well, and I really like that colourway too, but I've just bought that one. And then the other one I got is this one, which I just absolutely adore. So this is a viscose, and I've got 3.5 meters of this because I want to make something like a Lyra shirt dress or something along those lines. I just think it's really pretty. Just let me go let Piper out because he's driving me mad. Hang on. Back. Piper's outside. Okay, so yes. So I've got this 3.5 meters. Oh, I just love it. I really love it. It's beautiful. I love these colours. They're the cool colours which suit my complexion. So yeah, I'm going to make like a shirt dress or something for winter. I think that's going to work really well. So pretty. Really nice. Yeah, so there's that. And then the other one is this one. So this is from her budget range, which I think she sells for about £5 or £6 a metre, something like that. And it's a poppy fabric. It's a jersey. And it's got these little strawberries on. Now, I got 1 metre of this. And this is for Layla. This is a Layla fabric because these colours are probably a bit too warm for me. But they will suit her completely because of her colouring. So yeah, I've got 1 metre of that just to make Layla some leggings and a little top or a little dress or something, a little jersey dress. I think that'll be really nice. Right, I am going to finish my coffee, sort myself some lunch out, and yeah, maybe get 10 minutes of editing done before I zap off to work. So I'll see you later. So it's Monday evening, and I've just come on to finish last week's vlog because I didn't get a chance to do that last night. So I'm home from work and I've had my lovely tea cooked by my lovely husband. We've had crispy chili beef again, which is one of my favourites. Anyway, I've just cut out Layla's pyjamas, the Halloween ones. Are you bringing me my drink, my darling? Thank you.
Say, look, I'm here.
He's brought me Prosecco, bless him. Work week, beginning of the work week as well, and I've got Prosecco. Says a lot, doesn't it? Anyway, my daughter has FaceTimed me this evening and says I look like a purple wiggle children's TV presenter, that type of thing, because I've got my heydays on with my rib knit top. So anyway, I'm comfy and that's all that matters, isn't it? So I have just cut out my granddaughter's Halloween PJs in the gorgeous jersey that I got from First for Fabrics when I was at So Toon just over a week ago. So I've cut the Ellie and Mac Grow With Me pyjamas. They're the ones that I made last year for Christmas for her. And I've just gone up to the 12 to 18 month size because that looks like that's going to be the best fit for her as she is at the minute. So I've got that cut out and I'm going to do a little bit of sewing this evening, but thought I would just sign off for this week. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog, and I'll hopefully see you all next week. Cheers.